What up, YouTube Alakes? Coming back at you with another StarCraft 2 cast. On the top right-hand side of the map, we have our red Zerg player, Islandman. This is a full drone pull. Every single drone. Okay. Back to the game, and on the bottom left-hand side, we have our blue Zerg player, GlamGothess, right here. This is a bronze versus silver level game. Islandman being our silver level player and going for a full pull on the drones. Looking at the mini-map here, we have two more on the way to the opposite side of the map, and there are no drones left. In the main base of the red Zerg player, he is going for a full attack on GlamGothess right here. She has no idea what's happening. This drone does manage to get away. The second drone as well. GlamGothess does have plenty of time to see this at this point. Come on, fight back, please fight back. Oh my god. Okay, GlamGothess is running away the blue drones, but did lose a few. Taking a look at the worker count here, GlamGothess is down 12, 11 workers to 13, 10 workers to 13, so Islandman does have a lead right here. Pulling back some of the drones to the main base. It looks like this is good if GlamGothess can get a good engagement on these drones, but running away right now. GlamGothess does have 135 minerals, so enough to build some more drones right here, but these drones unfortunately just getting picked away. GlamGothess not keeping them piled up right now in the same number here, or in the same group, so behind in numbers in certain engagements right here. We have two more drones trying to chase these guys away, but there are literally no drones mining at the main base for either player right now. GlamGothess, I guess, trying to mine some minerals before this hatchery goes down. I can't say I disagree with this, but it does look like this hatchery is going to go down. And on the mini-map, we do see Islandman is going to have some drones come back home to start mining in the main base right here. GlamGothess trying so hard to save this hatchery, but I think it's going to go down. Luckily for her, though, there is another hatchery on the map right now. I would consider pulling the drones to that hatchery, to that hidden ninja hatchery right here, but I don't think I've ever seen this before. This hatchery will go down at the hands of these drones, and now it is 5 workers to 12, but the majority of the workers are not mining for Islandman right here, and Islandman is probably slightly confused, like, hey, I should have won the game right now. Where's this other hatchery? And that's what I would be looking for. I would not be going for the larva. Contrary to popular belief, or Islandsman belief at the very least, larva do not keep you in the game. So I'm sorry to say, Islandman, there is a ninja hatchery somewhere else on the map right here, and you should start looking for it soon, because we do have a spawning pool on the way for GlamGothess, and Islandman far behind in production at this point. I want to say, even though it is 14 workers to 4 workers, there are only what is this, 6 workers mining in the main base for Islandman, while we have what looks to be 3 workers mining for GlamGothess. So GlamGothess a little bit behind in economy, I guess, but at what cost? Islandman looking around for hidden structures, but again, unfortunately, contrary to popular belief, at least Islandman's belief, you can't build Zerg structures off creep, and there would have been nothing. There was no time for GlamGothess to build something there. So Islandman seems to be in a little bit of a funk right here. Rebooting his system, he's like, okay, my OS needs a reboot right now. We're freezing because we have no idea what's happening. I would like to see this drone. What? I would like to see this drone being put to work. I really hope GlamGothess does not reveal the location of her other base right here, but I think Islandman did spot the creep, and now we have another engagement right here. This has been a pure drone versus drone game. I think GlamGothess is coming out ahead right here, though, and the Zergling. Wait, no, these aren't Zerglings. Why did I think Zerglings pop? There they are. Now we have some Zerglings. They will be able to clean this up. And suddenly... Well, I was going to say suddenly it's more evening out. But taking a look right here, we have a bit more mining in the main base for Islandman. So... what the heck, man? This was wild. Islandman finishing this extractor here. I really don't see the purpose behind that. That was a wasted drone, and I'm pretty sure GlamGothess can see this. We have a decent amount of Zerglings running across the map, and taking a look right here, the spawning pool is only just about halfway finished. So I wonder if this could just end the game for GlamGothess at this point. We do have a decent amount of drones, though. They will be able to take care of 4 Zerglings, but man, good reaction time by Islandman. GlamGothess wants to be careful microing these Zerglings, but doesn't look like she's really bothering to micro these. But we have one hero Zergling that survived. Islandman can't be bothered. He's like, you know what? I can lose a couple more drones. Why not? I didn't see how many Zergling, or how many kills that Zergling had, but taking a look at the workers lost here, 17 workers killed by red to 13 by blue. Worker count is virtually even. Islandman ahead in 1 worker, and we have a Spore Crawler building. I was going to say it was going to be pretty useless, but does manage to actually take out an Overlord, and at this point in the game, every single unit you have is very important because income is not really a thing in this game. Now we have more Zerglings coming down for Islandman, will be attacking GlamGothess's, I guess, main base. I don't really know what to call this. This isn't really a natural. I'm just going to call this her main base at this point because the main base for the blue Zerg player was destroyed by drones, by hungry, bloodthirsty drones. What a start to this game, man. This is more Zerglings for Islandman than GlamGothess has. The start of that engagement was pretty good for GlamGothess, though, and I think she's going to be able to come out slightly ahead right here. These Zerglings hatching just in time, able to clean up the enemy Zerglings of the red Zerg player, and I just can't get over these extractors. They're just chilling. They're like, hey, we're pretty useless, but at this point in the game, they do give some vision. They're able to spot possible expansions coming out for the blue Zerg player, so not super useless, I guess. They're kind of like that one subway that nobody ever goes to until like 3 a.m. It's like, it's there. It's kind of useless, but it's in a sketchy part of town, you know? But if you're hungry at 3 a.m., it's the only place that's open, so it's got some use, but it's a very niche use, you know what I mean? I just can't get over this game. We have a few more Zerglings. I think this is, what, 5 Zerglings on the way to the other side of the map here. We have another hatchery, a macro hatchery. Okay, now I have to reboot my system. Islandman, there's no reason to have a macro hatchery. There's no reason. You might as well have this hatchery put to work. It's right next to your main base. But I think GlamGothess may be able to take out this queen right here before the spine crawler goes down, and now we have a few more Zerglings. But this is unfortunately not enough Zerglings. The drones will be able to take care of this pretty easily, and at this point in the game, I think a spine crawler is actually going to be kind of useful because there's not really a lot of army units coming down for either player. Man, I would really like to see this hatchery put into the natural base location. It would give you a lot more income, and it would not harm your macro. In fact, it would help your macro a lot because your income, which, being a Zerg player, is directly tied to your macro structures here. This would just be a better place to put your hatchery, but it looks very cool. It's very StarCraft 1. Aesthetically, it's awesome, but it's not really doing much for you. And we have an expansion right here coming down for GlamGothess, double expanding, which I do like. So Islandman actually able to spot this with his extractor on the minerals here. So not an entirely useless structure in the end. GlamGothess doing a good job at making sure she has eyes on what's going on at the red Zerg side of the map. Man, I just have no idea who's going to win this. I feel like if GlamGothess is able to have her hatcheries live and can live on 3 bases while Islandman is effectively stuck on 1 base, I think that's going to put her ahead. We do have what looks like a Roach Warren queued up for the red Zerg player right here. Taking a look at the blue Zerg side of things, it's still just going to be the spawning pool. GlamGothess is working to catch up in economy right here, and Islandman still ahead in worker supply. It is 20 workers to 16 in favor of the red Zerg player. So in terms of army supply and just the look of this this red Zerg composition, I want to say red Zerg is in a slightly better spot, but once these expansions get themselves established, I would expect to see GlamGothess's macro explode just a little bit. Finally putting this extractor out of commission. This sketchy subway is now out of business. Nobody wanted to go there. In fact, it looks like there was a little bit of a riot. This subway catching fire and going down. It will not be rebuilt. This is now an abandoned building. In fact, it's up for rent. I do expect that we will see some blue extractors coming down. This place is going to be reformed. You know, this part of town is going to be a lot nicer. It's going to be cleaned up, and people are actually going to go there. It's going to be contributing to the world economy right here. This is a cool skin on these roaches. It almost looks like dinosaur roaches. They have like little spines like a stegosaurus. So pretty cool, especially these Zerglings too. They have their little fin, also very dinosaur-esque. But man, what a wild game. At this point, things are seemingly stagnating just a bit, but GlamGothess does have the 2 bases. This base not quite mining yet, but these hatcheries are finally getting themselves just a little bit established, and as we expected, it is now 33 workers to 21, but I would like to see GlamGothess focus on her army supply as well, because this is 33 army supply to 12. So this is a lot of Zerglings, and I'm not sure GlamGothess is going to be able to hold this if Islandman decides to attack, and it does look like Islandman is going to attack. This is a lot of speedlings. 32 army supply to 19. Both queens in the, I guess, impromptu natural base of GlamGothess will go down, running these drones away back to the, I guess, natural base of the blue Zerg player right here. But at this point, I would abandon ship. I would run away. I would save these drones. I would start pumping out some Zerglings to match the macro here for Islandman. But unfortunately, the spawning pool will go down. And now Islandman island hopping. He's on a hunt. He's like, all right, this place is cleaned up. Where else can we go? But GlamGothess does have a couple more bases here, just not enough army supply to take care of this. But Islandman doesn't seem like he is really in any rush to win this game, doesn't want to overextend himself. I guess he doesn't really know what else is coming down for the blue Zerg player, but the replacement hatchery is only just about halfway done at this point. It really looks like this might be Islandman's game, even though he's going for the macro hatch and not going for an expansion. GlamGothess just not making use of her superior economy right here. Unfortunately, now it does look like it's 46 army supply to 9. These Zerglings going crazy, destroying so many workers. Now it's Islandman who is ahead in worker supply. I don't really know why Islandman checked this side of the map. He does have a spotting extractor here. He does have the ability to see if GlamGothess did have an expansion there. Now Islandman destroying the natural base of GlamGothess. I do like the attempt at saving this, and it does look like GlamGothess is able to scare away some of these Zerglings, but at what cost? We do have more supporting Zerglings running down to help take care of this, but I think this is just too many Zerglings for red. losing another queen and losing this hatchery. GlamGothess down to 1 hatchery right now and 95 minerals. GlamGothess leaving the game, just not able to match the macro of her opponent, even though she was ahead in bases, just not following up with enough macro and giving the victory to Islandman. What a wild opener. I'd never seen a hatchery destroyed so quickly by drones. That was wild. If you enjoyed what you saw, please consider shooting me a like and subscribe. And if you want me to cast any of your own games, I will leave my email in the description below. And I'll see you guys on the next one.